Welcome back. Let's continue our previous session to know about ETL, ELT, what are the positions, yes, Microsoft Fabrics. Let's get started. Let's see how the real data pipeline works. Six steps are available from source to consumption. Data lives everywhere. In database, APIs, flat files, SaaS applications, IoT sensors, your job is to connect to all of them. Step 2, ingestion. This is where the ETL tools pull data from those sources, could be a batch, once a day, or once an hour, or real time streaming. Step 3, raw, raw layer, also called a bronze. Data is stored exactly as is, no changes, no cleaning. This is your safety net, your full audit trail. If anything goes wrong downstream, you can always come back to the bronze. Step 4, clean layer or a silver. Here is where the duplications are removed, nulls are handled, data types are corrected, quality rules are applied, and this is where most transformation happens. Step 5, the clean layer or a silver. Here is where the duplicates are removed. Step 5, the business layer or a gold. Star schemas, aggregations, KPIs, metrics. This is data where ready for reports, dashboards. And step 6, consumptions. Power BI reports, KQL real-time dashboards, ML predictions, APIs. This is where the business users finally get their insights. This bronze, silver, gold pattern is called Medallion architectures and it is a standard in modern data engineering. Let's discuss on data engineering roles. There are different kind of roles that are available in the market. The builders who design, build, and mission data pipelines and infrastructures. So these rates are just an approximate, but it will give you some ideas like what are the different types of roles that are available in the market for data related data engineering roles, and this will give you some kind of idea. Data engineering roles are different types like data engineer, ETL developer, data architect, platform DevOps. Data engineer usually builds a pipeline, designs the lakehouse, and spark jobs, and maintains the data quality and orchestrates the flows. ETL developers usually maps across source and the targets and handles the incremental loads and error handling and scheduling. Data architect or the person who designs the overall data platform, defines the standards and choose the loads and creates the governance frameworks. For example, data architect is the one who decides what kind of data will be coming, how what are the standards that we have to implement and how the total load have to be handled, whether it is a full load or an increment load. He is the decision maker for the ETL developer and the data engineer. Platform or a data DevOps engineer automates the deployments, manage Git integrations, monitors the capacity, and handle the infrastructures as code. What are the technical T's they will implement in the sense? Data engineer will be using Python, SQL, Spark, ETL pipelines, cloud like Azure, AWS, Data Lake, and data modeling. ETL developers will be using ETL tools, example like SSIS, Informatica's Power Query, SQL, Dataflow Gen 2. Data architect will be using data mark. Uh, Data architect specifically will not involve in any kind of tools, but he will be aware of the data marketing, star schemas, Medallion architectures, governance, security, and cloud architecture. Basically, he will know the knowledges of these areas so that he will guide us how to implement and channelize the data process. Platform DevOps engineers will be involved in CI/CD. CI/CD, which means continuous integration and continuous deployment. Git, Terraform, PowerShell, monitoring, and automations. So DevOps will be involved in all this kind of stuff. So this will give you the ideas that how many people will be working on the data engineering roles. Usually people who involved in software development will not do heavy kind of data loads and this kind of processing will be completely hidden from their point. So if you are kind of a data lover, if you are interested into the databases, queries, and you are the right person to choose these kind of roles. So we are talking about the roles of data analytics. Data analyst, BI developer, data scientist, analytical engineers are the different types of roles that comes under data analyticals. For the people who are looking into that, you think that which data visualizations and Power BI, those all steps are easy for me and I'm interested on that. You can choose these type of roles. For data analysts, mostly involved in building reports, dashboards, answering business questions, find trends, and create KPI self-service ETLs. For example, they will use the tools like SQL, Power BI, DAX, Excel, data visualization, statistics, and Power Query. In case of Fabrics, they will be using Power BI reports, semantic models, data flow Gen 2, and SQL queries. BI developers, BI in the sense business intelligence. Sometimes you'll get the position like business intelligence, senior business intelligence, junior business intelligence, like that. So those people will be doing the development kind of work, which involves kind of ETL along with that analysis. Design the enterprise business intelligence solution, build semantic models, optimize the report, manage deployments, SSAS, DAX. They will have the basic knowledges on AS, DAX queries, star schemas, paginated reports, row-level securities, deployment pipelines. With respect to Microsoft Fabric, they will be involved in semantic models, direct lake, deployment pipelines, and paginated reports. Data scientist, or as you know that data scientist is a different kind of latest trending job opportunities. Building predictive models, run experiments, statistical analysis, A/B testing, and featuring engineering. The fabric for the fabric Microsoft Fabric, they'll be involved into the notebooks, ML experiments, ML flows, and predict items, etc. Those are the people who will have the knowledge in Python, R programming, ML algorithms, statistics, ML flows, and PyTorch and related Python libraries, Spark ML, those all things, machine learning concepts. Analytical engineers are being a bridge between the data engineering as well as analytical side. They define the transformation and data quality test and documentations. They mostly involve in SQL, database, data modeling, testing, documentation, Git handling, Medallion architectures. With respect to Microsoft Fabrics, they will be playing out in Lakehouse SQL endpoint, notebook, data quality rules, and Git integrations. The data architect designs the blueprint. Data engineer builds the pipeline and lakehouse. ETL developer creates the data flows, whereas the platform engineers manages the infrastructure. On the right side, Data analyst creates the reports and dashboards. BI developers builds the enterprise grade and semantic models. Data scientist creates the ML predictions and analyst engineers bridges the gaps between both sides. Data flows from left to right. Engineers build, analysts serve. Both halves are essential. You can't have one without the other. This is the sample structure of ETL data flow where the two roles, data engineer, data analyst alone can able to achieve gathering the data from data source until the visualization stores. Let's recap. Data engineer is responsible for gathering data from multiple sources like APIs, databases, files, streams. He is responsible for collecting all the data sources. Data engineer is responsible for extract, transform, and loading data. Is responsible for cleaning the raw data and reshaping the raw data. Data engineer is responsible for loading the structured data into the data warehouse. Cleaned data from data warehouse will be populated to the visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, etc. And this will make the business people to take decisions. Thank you so much for your support. Let's discuss on Microsoft Fabrics, why we need Microsoft Fabrics, and detailed about the architectures of the Microsoft Fabric in the upcoming videos. If you are enjoying this content, please subscribe and support the channel. Every week, we will hold a question and answer session to clear your doubts on that week's topic. Share your questions in the comments. Let's learn together.